TV sports show. Pardon our take. I'm Colton Warren.
And I'm Aaron Peterson. Today we have blockbuster NBA trades just hours before the deadline and our breakdown of Super Bowl 52.
Okay, that was... Actually, then, she's probably going with the super hits. I'd go for first. Say it, country. Several NBA players are packing their bags right now. Just hours before today's trade deadline passed at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, several teams made trades, huge trades, to revamp their rosters. Most notably was the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have completely turned their team inside out. We are now joined by reporter Colton Gordon of the day of the deals that have unfolded. Colton, what exactly happened today during these trades?
Well, I think a little bit of a better question is, with all these deals happened, is what didn't happen, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was so many things. As it says, you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers, I mean, the Utah Jazz, the LA Lakers. I mean, it just goes on.
Yeah, everybody was involved. The first deal of the day was sending Isaiah Thomas to the Lakers from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Isaiah Thomas has kind of been a cancer to some people. In his interviews, you've heard him talk about how they've mishandled adversity at times. Isaiah Thomas has never been healthy on the team. He's only played, 15 games for him. So I think it was ultimately LeBron's decision, but they needed to get him out of Cleveland.
Yeah, as it says, Isaiah Thompson missed the first half of the season due to an injury.
Yeah, so that was kind of a controversial thing, right?
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas was traded after injuring himself, playing through an injury in Boston, where that was sort of proving his loyalty, and then they said, "Here, get out of here," and they traded him for Kyrie. So yeah, he's been trying to come back from that hip injury, but at the end of the day, he got traded again, which is definitely not something he wanted. I thought it was kind of funny, actually. Literally yesterday, he said, "I'm tired of being traded. This is where I want to be," and then today, he's sent off, the first trade of the day.
Yeah, and then Rodney Hood coming into Cleveland. So, I mean...
Yeah, so that was another trade later in the day. That was a 3-team deal between Sacramento, Cleveland, and Utah. Utah picked up Derrick Rose, who has been waived and is expected to sign with Minnesota later. And then, like you said, Rodney Hood went to Cleveland. They also got George Hill from Sacramento, as Iman Shumpert was sent to Sacramento. So they have gotten a little bit better, Cleveland, as far as right now. They picked up Rodney Hood. I know you're a big Rodney Hood fan. He's been balling for Utah, so you're going to shed some tears over this one?
Yeah, I'm going to miss his corner threes to put the Jazz on top in the fourth quarter, like he always seemed to do.
Yeah.
And last year I went to the game where he had the buzzer beater against the Mavericks.
Oh, man.
And so he'll always be special to me.
Sure. Yeah, well, that's hoping what the Cavs can get. I mean, Isaiah Thomas has been shooting less than 30% from three, so if Rodney Hood can help them out with a few of those, they'll be in a little bit better shape as well.
Yeah, and so the, fate of not only the Cavs starting 5 right now, but how does the dust settle around the NBA overall right now?
So the second part of that Cleveland and LA trade is Cleveland picking up Larry Nance and Jordan Clarkson. The Lakers were trying to get rid of some cap space, but Cleveland also needed some scorers, so it worked out. Jordan Clarkson is probably going to back up George Hill in Cleveland. Larry Nance is a huge guy that can play in the post. He has an okay jump shot. He's going to be in the dunk contest. So that's what he brings. But there's a lot of volume scorers that all of a sudden Cleveland has picked up. So I think they can take their starting 5 a number of routes. Tyronn Lue is going to have a field day trying to figure out who his starting 5 are going to be. But the rest of the NBA is in shambles right now. I mean, this many trades, and not necessarily blockbusters. We didn't see any All-Stars get traded, but the fact that big players and that many players have moved is definitely going to cause a problem. I know people have been waiting for that 2K update to get players on different teams. So.
Yeah, like you said, no All-Stars are traded, but there was still a lot of key parts.
Yeah.
Quite possibly a lot of sixth men off the bench.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Teams.
So those All-Stars aren't there, but the sixth man is a good point. George Hill was really good for the Jazz last year. Rodney Hood has been good for the Jazz this year. Jordan Clarkson has been arguably better than Lonzo Ball this year. So Cleveland got a lot of good players, and still good players were traded, albeit not All-Stars.
And now Quinn Snyder has to also decide, is Crowder going to move into the starting role, and maybe Ingles will take a back seat and come off the bench, and they can use his three-point shooting, or what are they going to do there?
That's a good question. I mean, Joe Ingles, I know he's a big Utah Jazz favorite, so I think Quinn Snyder might be hard-pressed to kick him out of the lineup, might sell a few less tickets, but Jay Crowder is really underrated. I think some fans also looked at Boston just throwing in Jay Crowder to that deal, but it's really not that way. He's been one of the more consistent players so far on this team, and Cleveland did lose Dwayne Wade in all this. He was starting for them at the beginning of this season. He took a bench role to, once again, appease LeBron James or Iman Shumpert or J.R. Smith, whoever you want, but now he's headed back to Miami, so that's one less offensive weapon for Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah, so going back to...
So as we're mentioning this Cleveland trade with Dwayne Wade, I mean, this is a guy that was born and bred in Miami. I mean, he started his career there. He was on fire there for forever, and then he ultimately went to Chicago, where he was actually born, not born and raised in Miami. But then he went to Cleveland, and him and LeBron have an obviously good relationship, but he wasn't who they thought he would be for this team. So him going back to Miami, it's got to be a sign of his retirement. He's a guy that's had an all-star career, a Hall of Fame career, and him going back to Miami is definitely a sign for me. I mean, Cleveland got a second-round pick for him, but it was not about what they got in return. It was sending Dwayne Wade off.
Yeah, I do think that's a good trade as well.
So who are the biggest winners and losers of the trade deadline?
I think the Lakers got to be the obvious winner. They've cleared up more cap space than pretty much anyone in the NBA. As you see here on the screen, this is to sum up all these Cleveland trades. It's hard enough for me to keep track of. But the Lakers now have targets in free agency, like legitimately. They can pick up LeBron James, Klay Thompson, Paul George, whoever you want. And although they did lose Larry Nance and George Hill, these are still they're still in contention. I mean, obviously they're not a good team. They're probably still trying to play for a good pick. They do have lost their first pick to the Philadelphia 76ers, but now they have Cleveland's pick. They picked up Kyle Kuzma at 27 last year. I think they can make do with Cleveland's 24th.
Well, and you mentioned Kuzma. I think whether or not they'll be good now, they'll at least be a very exciting offensive team to
no
watch
doubt about that.
with IT and Kuzma and Lonzo Ball. They're going to be pretty exciting, putting up some points.
And I think that Isaiah Thomas is going to have a little bit more free reign in Los Angeles. I mean, he has to share the ball with LeBron in Cleveland, or now who's the best scorer on the Lakers right now? Brandon Ingram, like, he'll be all right. Kyle Kuzma, as I said, but I think Isaiah Thomas playing off Kyle Kuzma will be really, really good. As Joe Johnson was also moved to Sacramento Kings earlier today, that takes away a weapon from Utah. It's funny how many of these guys stem from Utah. I mean, even Kyle Kuzma played for the Utes, so whether it's Utah's player development or if players just all of a sudden have a good year there and then go off to play somewhere else. But it's been an exciting trade day for me. I mean, earlier in the day I talked to my friends about this is going to be a slow trade day. I don't think any All-Stars are going to be moved, which is half right. It was definitely not slow.
this just comes out. So this year this next upcoming year for the Lakers, what do you think it's going to look like?
For the Lakers, well, I am a recovering Lakers fan, so I do know a little bit about their roster, but I think they definitely need to sign a free agent. It's been a slow time for them lately, and they need something exciting. But you try to go to a Lakers game right now, and I paid $50 to literally sit in the last row in Staples Center. So they have no problem selling tickets. It's still a fun team to watch. Lonzo Ball has enough hype for 6 teams worth. But the biggest loser today that might have been an oversight is the Portland Trailblazers. They have the number one cap space, or the number one payroll in the whole entire NBA, and they made one single trade today.
And was that even a good trade, to be honest?
Probably not. I mean, they got rid of Noah Vonleh, which is he's only 22 years old, so he can actually turn out to be good. But they still have retained C.J. McCollum, Damian Lillard, Evan Turner, those guys that on big contracts as well. So I know Indiana had made it publicly known that they wanted to pick up a big contract if they could tag along a first with it. So maybe Portland wasn't willing to do that. But I think Indiana should have been a little bit more aggressive as well. Victor Oladipo has absolutely surprised me this year, and them not getting him some help is kind of a slap in his face, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, but like I said, it's an exciting trade day. I mean, this is what NBA fans live for. I have had my Woj notifications on all day. I've been on Instagram. Isaiah Thomas has still not said anything, and it's driving me crazy. I need him to like comment on somebody's picture or something. So.
And so for upcoming trade days, what do you expect to see?
Well, I think now you just look to free agency, which has dominated the theme of this trade deadline, is where's LeBron going to go? Where's Klay Thompson going to go? Where's Paul George going to go? And who can afford to have them? And right now with LeBron James sort of calling the shots in Cleveland, whether it be managerial decisions or on-court decisions, he's sort of, well, when you're LeBron James, you can do what you want.
Taking over the Cavs, taking over your of course, your own free agency. I mean.
Yeah, so that's kind of been his thing is I'm in charge of the Cleveland Cavaliers now, and they're going to do whatever they can to keep him. So it's a win-win for LeBron because no matter what, he's going to get a max. He pretty much has free reign of where he wants to go.
Yeah, definitely believe that.
Got to keep the king happy.
Well, yeah, LeBron James is a once-in-a-lifetime player. I mean, I never got to see Michael Jordan play in his prime. I've had LeBron James, so my kids will probably get to see Donovan Mitchell or whoever you guys think is.
Yeah, and so what do you see for the future of LeBron James? He's definitely not retiring anytime soon.
No, that is absolutely out of the question.
Out of the question. So
Dwayne Wade's going to retire, but LeBron James still has very much in front of him. I honestly think he's going to stay in Cleveland, but if I had to choose, I would say Philadelphia. I think that's an underrated spot for him. He has a really good relationship with Ben Simmons. They've got a really good young core over there. They have a need for a forward. Dario Saric is absorbing a lot of their minutes at the 4, so I think that he could fit in there like a glove.
Thank you very much, Colton Gordon. This is our reporter, Colton Gordon. Coming up next on Pardon Our Take, we'll show you highlights of Super Bowl 52 and give our takes on the big game. For now, here are a couple of our favorite commercials from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, just your typical Super Bowl car ad, right?
Or a hilarious beer ad. Or whatever ad this is.
Whatever. But it's a Tide ad.
What?
It's a Tide ad.
What makes it a Tide ad?
There are no stains. Look at those clean clothes. What else would this be an ad for?
Diamonds?
A gift that lasts forever.
No, Tide.
It's time for a cold refresh.
Tide ad.
Fall into the sleep of
No. Tide. No. Tide ad.
Extreme.
No. Tide.
Tide!
Meet the all-new.
No, it's a Tide ad. Tide.
So, does this make every Super Bowl ad a Tide ad?
I think it does. Watch and see.
Hello again, ladies. Is your man the kind of man who would climb the height? I'm in a Tide ad.
Nice pants.
Get off my horse.
Tide ad.
Beautiful. Like a Tide ad.
Sarah? Sarah.
It's a Tide ad.
Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day. She didn't really wanna pop me. Just know that you will never flop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come in and I gotta set it, then I gotta go and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing and then I think that he be doing cause it doesn't matter cause I'm gonna did it.
Doritos Blaze, a bold new flavor that brings the heat.
Quiet! Hush your mouth. I told y'all mother, y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? Then biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style.
New Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
Go work on that thing? Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it.
Now I had the time of my life.
And I owe it all to you.
So we take each other's hand, cause we seem to understand the urgency. Just remember, you're the one thing
I can't get enough.
Just let him dance.
So I'll tell you something. This could be love because I had the time of my life. I never felt this way before.
Well, I'd say we're looking pretty clean up here.
So it must be a Tide ad, right?
Yeah.
So Aaron, what was your favorite commercial out of the Super Bowl?
The Tide ads.
Tide ads? I really think it was that Mr. Clean one, where she's like, Karen, stop. It's a Tide ad.
Yeah.
And then it starts dancing. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Hilarious.
The NFL season is officially over with Super Bowl 52 concluding last Sunday. The New England Patriots and Philadelphia Eagles did not disappoint, but neither team seemed interested in showing up. All right, so Blunt weaves his way through the Patriot defense for a big gain to set the tone early after both teams settled for a field goal in their first drive.
I mean, the offense for the Eagles was just fantastic. They got the holes. They were going. This is an amazing pass.
And it's a 36-yard play-action touchdown to Alshon Jeffrey as he leaps and makes the grab in the corner of the end zone to put the Eagles up 9-3. They would miss the extra point, however.
Alshon Jeffries, I think, is one of the players of the game. This next to the Patriots.
And then Brady rolls to his left and finds Amendola down the field wide open across the 40-yard line into Philadelphia territory. And so the Eagles the Patriots looking to get back in the game. And then on 3rd and 2, the Eagles stop the Patriots and force them into a field goal, but they missed it.
Yeah, that was definitely a crucial play for the Eagles right there. Brady's back in the pocket. Brady passes it. I mean, great pass.
But then Brandon Cooks gets leveled on the play. He would miss the remainder of the game due to a head injury.
I mean, that is a hard hit you can see right there. I could see definitely why he was out for the rest of the game.
All right, so moving on, the Patriots try a trick play that fails as Tom Brady cannot reel in the pass from Danny Amendola.
Yeah, Brady just looked a little too high for him. He could not get his fingers on it.
And then Alshon Jeffrey with an acrobatic over-the-shoulder grab to move the momentum forward for Philadelphia as they look to extend their lead. And LeGarrette Blount takes the handoff and storms into the end zone for a touchdown against his former team and puts the Patriots up 16-3.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at this blocking for Blount to get right through. It is fantastic. They're blocking perfectly for him. That's a very open hole, and he finds himself with +6 at the end of that play.
And then Blount again, or Jay Ajayi this time, on the handoff, and he plows forward. And then Nick Foles drops back and delivers a good pass, but it's deflected for an acrobatic interception.
Yeah, Alshon Jeffries.
Deron Harmon was on that interception.
Alshon Jeffries here tries to go with the one-hand grab. You can see it right here. At first, it looks like it's in, but right when he goes down, slips right back out, and he pushes it right back up for the Patriots to get it.
That would swing the momentum for the Pats as Tom Brady finds Chris Hogan on a sideline pass, and Hogan with a good catch to move him into Philly territory. Then James White cuts to the outside, breaks a couple tackles, and stumbles into the end zone.
Yeah, it was a 26-yard touchdown. I mean, that was great. White did an awesome job. Again, their offense was amazing. Breaking tackles even as well along his way. There were at least 2 or 3 people that, I mean, even though the Phillies, they tried their best, but hey, White's a big guy, so.
And then Philly goes for it, and on a wheel route, they find Corey Clement, and he runs all the way down inside the 10-yard line of New England. Yeah, and a really interesting series of events would unfold here as it comes to 4th down and goal. Instead of a field goal, Philadelphia goes for it. They run the trick play of the season and find Nick Foles for his first career reception, and that's a touchdown.
Yeah, Nick Foles, as you can see right here, just moves off to the right side, and I mean that pass was great, right to where Nick Foles can just grab it, run it into the end zone. I think that's the first ever Super Bowl pass to a quarterback. So that's definitely, another first other than yardage for this Super Bowl right here.
And that was tight end Trey Burton on the touchdown pass. And the Patriots looking to get back in it. Tom Brady finds Gronkowski. That was his first of 4 receptions on the drive. More from this drive as we move forward. And it's Gronk again, just showing off his athleticism at this point.
I mean, are we sure this guy's a tight end? Because, wow, he is doing amazing right here.
I think he's a robot.
Yeah, no kid. Like, all of these catches with the yardage that he gets is just incredible. Tom Brady also does a great job with passing right here to Gronk every single time.
Finds him in the end zone, and then the notorious spike from Gronk. And now the Patriots are back in the game, only down by 3. But the Eagles are driving again, and Foles is looking for Corey Clement in the back of the end zone. They call it a touchdown, but it would be controversial. What do you think about that?
I mean, that was a great catch overall. Of course, it was a controversial play because, as you can see right here, he might not have full possession of the ball, but the referees see differently than me because they called that a touchdown right after that.
And then Chris Hogan is connected with for a touchdown. He had himself a pretty good game.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Hogan. A lot of yardage. This pass was amazing. He was pretty much wide open. As you can see, 23 tried to get on him, but...
And then the Patriots driving again. They look for Gronk on the fade route in the corner, and of course, he makes the catch. And that gives New England their first lead of the game.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, Gronk, just with this little lob, sticks his hands up there, +6 right there, and then they find their 1-point lead over the Philadelphia Eagles.
But then the Eagles would storm back on a lengthy drive, capped off by this Zach Ertz diving touchdown into the end zone. Another controversial play, but it looked like a clear touchdown to me.
Yeah, so Zach Ertz, what the controversy was right here is whether he was a runner or still a receiver at this point. But to be a runner, you need to consecutively hold the ball and take 2 steps and be in control of the ball. And so when he dived right into that end zone there, you can see he took 3 steps, the ball crosses the plane, and in the end, touchdown.
Then Brady looking to be the hero again, but uh-oh. Graham gets in his way and forces the fumble, and Derek Barnett hops on top of it to recover it for the Eagles, and that would set up a field goal, giving the Eagles an 8-point lead.
Yeah, that was an amazing snatch right there, you could say. So they got the +3, Eagles kicking it off right here.
Yep, and the Patriots would try some trickery again, but like their last trick play, things did not go well for New England, and the Eagles snuffed that one out.
Yeah, so the Patriots are trying to do their best here by getting as little yardage as they can, maybe 20, 30 yards at a time, getting it out of bounds with Gronkowski there. But in the end, I mean...
And this would set up one last desperation heave for Tom Brady, and he evades the sack, steps forward into the pocket, and flings it all the way across field, and there's about 20 defenders there and only one Gronk, and Gronk loses that battle.
Yeah, as you can see, the ball is somewhat bobbled in the end zone right there.
Yeah, and then that's the Philadelphia Eagles' first ever Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, I think that was absolutely insane. So,
Great game.
How do you think that this Super Bowl compares to the last Super Bowl that we've had last year?
Well, from beginning to end, it was a lot more exciting this time.
I definitely have to agree.
As far as the results go, I enjoyed it better this year because last year I was pulling for Atlanta, and well, we all know how that cookie crumbled.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the Falcons just kind of, let's see, I think it was at one point 27 or 21-7. They were up at least 2 touchdowns, and then the Patriots came right on back, which was frustrating because the Patriots have been in at least like 9 Super Bowls, throughout maybe the last 15 years, which I find that hard to believe. But the Patriots are a great team overall. Brady looked great last Super Bowl and this Super Bowl, but unfortunately in the end, Brady could just not, pull it out by himself.
And how about Nick Foles for the long journey he took to get to the point where he wasn't even the starter on the team, and he comes away with the Super Bowl MVP. That's pretty impressive stuff right there.
Yeah, I definitely find Nick Foles to be the MVP of the game with that catch that he did. I mean, with those passes to Alshon Jeffrey, which were incredible. Both of them, Alshon Jeffrey dived and still caught the ball. For in the end would be, Alshon Jeffrey's getting that first touchdown and then getting those that second catch, which was over like 20 or 30 yards. I just find it incredible that the Philadelphia Eagles did so well this year. Coming up, we'll tell you if the new XFL has a chance to succeed.
For now, here are some more of our favorite Super Bowl commercials.
That's how we do it on the farm.
Barbecue Pringles? Pizza Pringles.
You made barbecue pizza.
Wow.
Wow. Add a jalapeno.
Spicy barbecue pizza.
Wow.
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 Wow, you can stack different flavors?
Nobody asked you, Kevin! Wow. Stack flavors, make new ones.
In Austin, it's 60 degrees with a... Alexa?
Amazon's Alexa lost her voice this morning, causing a
Alexa lost her voice? How is that even possible?
We have the replacements ready, just say the word.
And you're sure this is gonna work?
Yeah.
Alexa, show me a recipe for a grilled cheese sandwich.
Pathetic. You're 32 years of age, and you don't know how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Its name is the recipe, you...
Alexa, how far is Mars?
Oh, how far is Mars? Well, how am I supposed to know? I've never been there. This guy want to go to Mars. For what? There's not even oxygen there.
Alexa, set the mood.
Now setting the mood. You're in the bush, and you're just so dirty, and you're so sweaty, because it's hot in that bush.
Alexa, reboot.
Alexa, play some country music.
Oh,
I don't dance now, I make money moves.
No, Alexa, country music.
I be in and out them banks so much I know they tired of me.
Alexa, call Brandon.
I'm afraid Brandon is a little tied up. But do let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Jessica? Good boy.
Thanks, guys, but I'll take it from here.
This is the XFL.
That's right, the XFL is back. League owner Vince McMahon announced earlier that he was reviving the league starting in 2020, marking the first time the XFL has been in operation since 2001. The league folded after its 2001 season after TV ratings took a nosedive. The new XFL will feature 8 teams playing on a 10-week schedule, with 4 teams making the playoffs.
McMahon has also ruled players with criminal histories ineligible for the XFL. This leaves former Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Manziel out of the league with several past arrests, including DUI and assault charges. Social activist and former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick will likely not play in the league, with McMahon saying that there will be no room for politics in this league. So, Aaron, one of the biggest questions that we have for this is, does the XFL have a chance to succeed this time?
I'm going to have to go with a hard no.
Yeah.
Just watching these highlight clips, like, it just basically looks like WWE SmackDown Raw on a football field.
Yeah, this is what I would imagine football with prison rules.
It's like The Longest Yard, but no Adam Sandler.
Yeah, exactly. No Terry Crews. No, I mean, it's hilarious.
If it works, it's for a comedic effort.
Yeah.
It's not because it's fantastic football to watch. I know I'd still rather watch the NFL as a football fan.
Personally, if it is just like the WWE of football, I will actually give it a chance. Wow, that was a nice hit. I will actually give it a chance for one episode.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Are they allowed to have chairs on the field?
Ooh.
That would spice it up a bit.
That is a good question, to be completely honest. Chairs, are they allowed to throw them out of the arena is another good question.
Is there fan involvement? Are they going to bring some guy from the field and like, look at him get this touchdown, yeah, you know? Like,
oh,
I don't know.
Man.
The possibilities are endless.
I would have to say, my opinion right here, is that if it's the same time during the actual NFL, this is going to tank hard. Like, I will bet you the same WWE fans that watch WWE are going to watch the XFL and are actually going to think it's real at the same because we all know WWE is, of course, fake, for the TV, throwing arms and stuff, but of course, in the end, it just isn't real. And I think the XFL will have the same effects, as the WWE. There will be a lot of people, of course, that watch it, but, to be honest, I don't think there's going to be a lot of success, at least long-term success with the XFL.
Exactly. Oh, we gotta keep going. So is John Cena in this league too?
Yeah, John Cena. I would have to imagine The Rock, as well.
Do we know any team names for this league? Like,
what did it say? There were 8 teams.
Yeah, 8 teams
over a 10-week season. To be honest, I have no clue. One would be, I'm gonna actually have to look those up, like the team names, to see if they're troll team names or if like they're actual team names. But yeah.
Right. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in to Pardon Our Take.
Be sure to tune in next Tuesday at 4 for the latest news around Cedar City, and next Thursday for an Olympic-themed episode of The Other Show.